trailer. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10.
And all that brought us here to the planet that I don't know how to pronounce the name of. Zehines, Zehines, I don't know. It's a planet that starts with the letter Z. It has no water at all, but as it showed you, it has 7 iron nodes that we haven't even discovered yet. So this is a pretty good place to be when we need iron as quickly as we can possibly get it. We need to build 4 more auto miners, which we have the cores with us. It shouldn't be difficult. And then we're going to find the iron deposits. We're going to set up our auto miners, and we're just going to let them run and figure out things that we can do with our time while we're waiting for them to fill up and deplete their energy and go around and collect them. And it's not going to be a fast process, but it's the price that we pay for doing our builds and survival. We're parked right on the seam of the map, where the 2 ends meet, wrapping around, coming together. It's not a bad place to be. The tip of our ship appears to be on the other side of the seam, which doesn't appear to be hurting it at all, which is good. And realistically speaking, I mean, there's enough to keep us busy for a little while. We're going to be using some of our miner cores for the auto miners, so it makes sense that we would go around to some of the points of interest and try and get them back, try and recover them so that we can put them into drills and such. Once the capital vessel is done, I think our next ship is going to be a hover miner, which could be a lot of fun because it's a functional ship more so than any of the other ships that we built because it interacts with the environment a lot more. So there's a lot of opportunities there to kind of mess around and come up with hopefully interesting and highly functional builds. First, however, our capital vessel is a convertible, and it doesn't really want to be. It's just kind of in this situation where it doesn't have enough blocks to cover itself, so it's a convertible. And we knew this when we left the planet. We knew that this was going to be the case, and we knew that we didn't really have much of a choice if we wanted to get this done anytime within the next several weeks. All I really have left to do in terms of the main structure of the ship is finish creating a space where we can have our plants. We can put our growing plots and our grow lights and plant our gardens so that we have an unlimited supply of food when we're off away from our base, and close in anything else that needs to be closed in this top section, basically from these thrusters all the way back to about there. I have some ideas how I want to do that, incorporating the growing area, and that's what we're going to be working on as soon as we have the materials to do so. More combat steel is required. And then with that done, I'm hearing rumors that the next major update for the game, because it is still an early access game, the next major update may require resetting your saves, or alternately abandoning your saves and starting over fresh, I think would be a better way to describe it. And if that's the case, I want to make sure that at least this thing is 95% complete so that I can create a blueprint, put it into the new world along with our small vessel and our hover vessel that we've got in the hangar, and give ourselves, maybe if we can, a certain number of resources to account for what we're missing with all of the contents of our base containers, and then go from there. Start with a brand new universe where all of the planets still have all of their resources and points of interest and all the new things that are coming. I'm not necessarily dreading the possibility of that happening, provided we can at least recover some of what we've got in the form of pre-built ships and things of that nature, especially if this one isn't done yet, because it's having spent this much time on it, I really want to make sure that other people have an opportunity to dive in, use it, modify it, whatever they do. So the next couple of episodes may be a little bit along the lines of this one, not in the sense it'll be the same format, but just a little bit different from our normal building episodes, because we do have so much to do to get set up on this planet and extracting the resources that we want. As soon as we've got a steady supply of resources coming in, then we can resume the format of the builds and things of that nature, just because I find it's a little bit more interesting because the builds have unlimited creativity as opposed to doing a bunch of episodes clearing points of interest and things of that nature. By the time you've shot a few hundred of the aliens with guns, you don't need to see any more aliens with guns fall down dead. You've seen it a few hundred times. So the building is what we'll continue with, is what we will focus on, but it's nice to have a few breaks for something else from time to time. So if you want to be notified about the next episode and future episodes, as always, you can subscribe to my channel or follow me on social media. Links for social media are always in the information section below the video. Feel free to leave your comments and feedback. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care.